All right, well, Twitter can be a risky space for journalists, a venue where commentary that might not be appropriate can be shared in an instant. Case in point, former Politico contributor Julia Yaffe, who's out of a job following a vulgar tweet. Adam has more.
Earlier this year, Julia Yaffe made headlines after her unflattering GQ profile of Melania Trump sparked an anti-Semitic backlash on Twitter and in real life.
Somebody had posted my phone number online, so I was getting threatening phone calls.
But now it's Yaffe who's accused of crossing a line. This week, responding to a report that Ivanka Trump might get the White House office traditionally occupied by the First Lady, Yaffe tweeted, "Either Trump is f***ing his daughter or he's shirking nepotism laws. Which is worse?" Politico promptly terminated Yaffe as a contributing writer, calling her tweet gratuitous opinion and infuriating. After likening that move to self-censorship, Yaffe struck an apologetic note, saying she's truly and deeply sorry.
This is really bizarre, because, by the way, she used the real word. She didn't blank it. She said that. I mean, this falls into the category of what we were thinking. Meanwhile, she was already hired by The Atlantic, and they haven't said anything about it. So I guess she's a big name in that circle. So we've had this conversation a million times. I mean, once you start using Twitter for that kind of thing, you just become part of the cesspool, as our friend John Keller would say.
Well, The Atlantic, in fact, has said that
they
have their standards. They've talked to her, and they expect that she will adhere to their standards. You know, a lot of times reporters are expected to be edgy on Twitter, and then they get cut off when they go over the line, and I feel somewhat sympathetic. I don't feel sympathetic in this case. This was so far over the line that she couldn't have possibly have. And the other thing is, she put up numerous tweets that were semi-apologetic before she finally really apologized in the one that you just showed. I mean, come on.
I've said this before, that if you look at your tweet after you write it and you just pause for a second and say, should I send this? You need to erase it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when I was on the White House beat, there were times where I questioned something and I would ask my producer to look at, should I send this out? Is it even worth it? And you had a second pair of eyes to kind of guide you and keep you out of that minefield. But you're right, there is a lot of pressure by management to get the reporters engaged with the audience, to put information out there to tease your material. And the edgier, the more attention you'll get. Yeah. But this is not one of those. This is one where she not only crossed the line, she shot way past it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just that, though. It's self-promoting. I mean, people who do things like this know that there's going to be a firestorm. And all of a sudden, 10 million people who never heard of this woman before are now not only talking about the tweet, they're listening to us talk about the tweet. And it's a method of self-promotion, which, frankly, I find vulgar.
And I think
her employer, you have every right to fire somebody for
she's
not
already
representing
leaving,
the company
in
an appropriate manner.
You can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I'm happy about is that usually when people go this far, they say, oh, it was just a joke. No, it wasn't. And it was really, really, really inappropriate. Yeah. So,
No, she hasn't said it was a joke.
No, but I'm saying this is the kind of thing that just makes me crazy in other instances. So this was pretty bad.
Yeah.